In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a third histogram using Microsoft Excel. And this time I'm going to use a data set of 1,000 points. Start out by going to File, Open, and either choose this icon, this PC, or Browse, depending on your version of Excel. Navigate to your Documents folder and open up this file, 3.5 Applied Statistics 3. I'm going to start out by positioning my cursor in cells A1, and just like last time, I'm going to give this data range a name. I'm going to point to the bottom border of cell A1 and hold down my Shift key and double click, and that'll select the entire range of 1,000 data points. And I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to call it Data. Enter. In this cell, I'm going to put my average. As shown in the slide set, average is also referred to as the mean with the Greek symbol mu. So I'm going to position my cursor in cell C1, and I'm going to select this insert function, and I'm going to select average. It's here on my list because it was used recently. Select OK. And in the cell, I'm going to type in data. OK. In cell C2, I'm going to put the standard deviation. As pointed out in the slide set, standard deviation, the symbol for standard deviation is the Greek letter sigma, small sigma. I'm going to select this insert function, and standard deviation is here because I've used it recently. I'm going to select it. Select OK, and once again I'm going to put in data, my data set. I'm going to type in my bin ranges. So before I do that, I'm going to, just like I gave this entire data set a name, I'm going to give this single cell a name. I'm going to call it mu, the Greek letter mu, just M-U, enter. And I'm going to give this cell a name also. I'm going to call it sigma, the symbol for standard deviation. Position my cursor in cell C2, then come up to name and type in sigma. I'm going to create my formulas for my bin ranges. I'm going to have 6 bin ranges, bin 1 through 6. I'm going to label these bins. I've already labeled the first one for you. And I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to select cell E3, and then I'm going to put my cursor over this corner dot, and I'm going to right click and drag down and select Fill Series, and that'll fill in the bin names for me. I'm going to position my cursor in cell C3, and instead of using the cell numbers like C1 and C2, I'm going to actually use the names I created. So I'm going to just type it in. Equals mu minus 3 times sigma. Makes it a lot easier to understand. Equals mu minus 2 times sigma. Equals mu minus sigma. Equals mu plus sigma. Equals mu plus 2 times sigma. Equals mu plus 3 times sigma. So by using names, labeling the cells, these formulas are much easier to read. So someone else would be able to read your spreadsheet, and just by looking at the formulas, it makes it much easier to understand what you're doing and using the names rather than letters C1 and C2. Just like the last time, I'm going to select this range, right mouse button, and I'm going to decrease the number of significant figures, make it 3. Your numbers should look like this. I'm going to create my histogram. I'm going to come up to Data, Data Analysis, select Histogram. For my input range, I'm going to type in data. For my bin range, place my cursor here, and I'm going to select bin 1 through bin 6. I'm going to select output range, position my cursor here, and then point to C10. I'm going to check this output box, chart output, and select OK. I'm going to select my chart and grab this button here and drag it up, and there's my histogram. And you can see that it is bell-shaped, and it's a very tight distribution around this bar here. Save this file in your Documents folder using this file name, 3.5 Applied Statistics 3, and append the file name with your initials. Choose your snipping tool, select New, select the entire spreadsheet including your name. Your name should be in the upper right hand corner. Submit this screen capture to Canvas to complete your assignment.